Well, I'm back. It kept saying your streaming is having a problem. And it kept, excuse me, restarting. So I set this up to come back at noon, but I'll try this again and see if it screws up. I don't know what's going on. All right, it doesn't like something. Right. Hello, Christopher. Sorry about that. All right, I am going to be eating something I shouldn't eat, but I've got cravings. I can use this for something. Yeah. Anyway, for anybody who is watching, all four of you, I need $8 in super chat. Then YouTube, AdSense can send me. Oh, oh, oh! What I love to be a witness. I'm a witness. I'm a witness to the evil that is perpetrated on that site. The evil of the envy. The evil of the trolls and those evil anonymous people that attack me and everybody else with a shred of decency. Your Honor, I will testify. I will testify to it all, for I've seen it all. Yes. And you will not stop me from testifying, Mr. Defense Attorney. I have the power of God on my side. He knows the power of evil, and he knows the power of good, and I will testify to the good. Gladly. Gladly, Michael, he says he would like me to testify because he's suing Sewer Gab. I'd crawl on my knees to testify in court against Sewer Gab. Oh, boy. I'd be screaming in pain, but I'd crawl on my knees. I hate that site with a passion. Come back to Marlboro country. I'd rather ride a horse. I'd rather smoke a horse than go to Sewer Gab. Oh, my God. Anyway. No. Decaf, don't do it. No. Dad, I'm not going to switch. I do not switch to decaf. The guy from Pittsburgh, don't do decaf. I need my caffeine. If they ever invent an intravenous caffeine, coffee with caffeine, and you push a button and goes, and you're going, I'm awake, come on. I will buy it immediately, no matter what the cost. Particularly with the weekend I've had, with hospital, staying up all night looking for keyboard, no sleep on Friday night, no sleep on early Friday morning, no sleep on Sunday, and I got up today and I slept, but I walked around going, oh, God, I feel like crap, and that's not the word I'm going to use. But we don't do decaf here, boy. Them's fighting words. That decaf is one of them commie plots, right out of Russia. That's where that comes from. Don't do no decaf. When it's 95 out and it's 85 in here, and my entire body feels like it's being baked alive, that's why I can't sleep. And the other thing, I was talking to the lady paying my rent this morning, and that's how my hands were. And this hand was pulsing with pain and fire. So they said I got to go to the dermatologist. And some would accuse me of making threats. Well, there's certain things I would love to do that I can't do. Look, if I could learn to eat coffee grounds after they've been cooked, I would eat the coffee grounds. Anything to put caffeine in my system. I have cut way down on my coffee consumption. I used to drink 3 pots a day. You're looking at a pot a day, if that. And sometimes I get so tired, I just put the coffee down. And about 3 in the morning, I wake up. Oh, my coffee's still there. I'll drink it. That's a coffeeholic. If it's warm, and or it's ice cold, and you still just guzzle it because you need coffee, and you need coffee 24 hours a day. There's no middle ground when it comes to coffee. And for me, it's a taste also, except if it's Finnish coffee. I don't know about that stuff. Next thing, I'll get a bag with a fin in it. Not a Finnish person. There'll be a shark fin or something, or a fish fin. I don't know. So, I ate my salad. Could not find the balsamic dressing, but there's the bowl. Look, it's his flying saucer. It's George Adamski in the flying saucer. I will save that as kitty dish. And I ate my pizza rolls. And I'm still kind of flushed because it is hot in here. And it's like 80. So, June 14th or something like right around AlienCon. Although it would be ironic if Mark Levin won or Don Imus and he didn't win. What would he do then? He'd have probably a pout. And Hillside College sent me an email from the chancellor asking me to vote for Mark Levin. So I wrote him back and said, if it were not that I'm a friend of George Norrie, I would have voted for Mark Levin. So I love Mark Levin. Great conservative commentator. And somewhere in one of my shelves, which I can't see, I have books by Mark Levin. I think they're in the other room. And Michael, I haven't had time to look at your channel yet. It's been too bone tired. And welcome, Christopher and Michael. When I get done with this, I will be taking a well-needed nap. Nap as we know it. And then the red, now this is a clean red shirt. They have cheese grubbed on. This is Stack's cheddar. I love cheddar cheese, so it's craving. And then I will be doing laundry. Yeah, well, I will be surprised if he didn't make it. But I think it sucks they put Mark Levin and Norrie in the same ballot. Why not break precedent and have both of them going, or all three guys? And I voted for John Tesh in the other category, whatever the other category was. So, and George is on Talker's The Hot 100. He used to be about 6th. He's dropped down to 15. And Levin's higher than Norrie is, I believe. So that's how much George has dropped in the last couple of years. But I haven't been paying attention to Talker as much as I would like. I'll tell you one thing, if I ever win the lotto, I will go out and look for a radio station for sale, and I'll buy a radio station. That will get me on the air and do what I want to do, which is talk. God, he won't shut up. We turned the power off. He's still talking. His lips are still moving. Be like one of those Outer Limits episodes. You shut the power off to the radio being radio being, and the radio being is still there. You can't get rid of the radio being. You know? So that's what I would love to do. And if it got me a couple of grand extra a year, I'd be happy. You know? So in that link, when I posted the one where it said one day to voting, and then you can vote now, voting now open. It tells when, if you click on that link, it goes to that site and it tells you when the results will be available. It might have been June 14th, it might have been June 28th, but it's June. I don't remember when. Oh, I'm out of coffee. This is a tragedy. Look at that. There's no coffee in the cup. It's terrible. What am I going to do? I have to get up and make another cup of coffee. Well, this one broke. Look at that. It's broken when I got it. Look, it's a clicker. Oh, I killed the clicker. It doesn't click anymore. Yeah, it doesn't click. Well, I can use a coaster. Put my glass on it, maybe. See if that'll work. No, too big. That's what's left of the ice. I think in an hour, I had that full ice. It's gone. Well, I don't know if George Knapp should be in because it's based partly on longevity, or I don't know what their criteria are for voting him into the Hall of Fame. I was very disheartened and surprised about one thing in that article in WND. Did not mention Hall of Fame not member Art Bell, which surprised me. And considering Art had 1.5 times as many listeners, though if you talk to George, he says it's not true. Art had 15 million listeners a night, and yet they didn't list him. They listed other people, Howard Stern and a few others, but not Art Bell. And I thought that was a shock, frankly. But so it goes. Nothing you can do about it. And Knapp is a niche guy. Most people who are not in Vegas, who are not in the paranormal, have probably never heard of it. And in my experience, most people have never heard of George Norrie. Oh, I turned that off. I forgot. It's too bright. I don't know. Maybe there's some reason. Maybe the family doesn't want him released. Maybe it's foul play. Maybe Art was killed by a werechicken or a werewolf or a chupacabra. And that's why they won't tell us. Maybe somewhere out there in the desert there's a Carl Kolchak type who knows the truth and they've suppressed it. We may never know how Art Bell died. Or it could be other people who made sure that Art Bell would not live so he could not tell all and come back to the air. I won't mention any names, but I'm sure you can think of some. The analogy I could make is big fright in the desert. I leave you to draw your own conclusions. Yeah. Well, you know who. Distinct racetrack and jockeys. So I don't, this channel does not mention certain people by name. And I'm not going to have anybody accuse me of someone committing a capital crime. So I will not mention the name, but you can draw your own conclusions. I'll give you a hint. I'll steal a line from Frank Sinatra's great song, There Used to Be a Ballpark. There used to be a podcast right here. All right, there you go. There's your hint. Hey, that's not nice. You know, I've lost more weight. I'm 227 and a third before I started this crap. All right, this is what I'm eating. Didn't have time or the energy to go get fruit except for strawberries. And strawberries require me to wash them, cut them up, put them in a bowl, put some Splenda on them, and eat them. I'm just too tired to go through all that. I didn't have time. No, it's not libel, because there were already other rumors about certain things going on at the Art Bell complex, including senior abuse and misappropriation of funds. So I'm not saying it. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Foul play is a possibility. That's all I'm saying. And it cannot be ruled out because until we have the autopsy report, you don't know how he died. Man, like the coffee I got the other night, a man could have been poisoned. A man could have been stabbed. He could have been shot. He could have been defenestrated. He could have been hit by a bus. Could have been abducted by aliens. He's in the ground. We know that. Yes, 10 days to Alien Con. Oh, please donate $8 in super chat, chunt, so that AdSense can send me my first $100 check next month, and that would pay for my internet bill. Yes, that's true. He could have been trampled by a horse-faced radio host, but I will not allude to anyone who could possibly resemble that remark. Hello, Wilbur. Oh, you should have seen it when I saw. Oh, it was ugly. Oh, I'll tell you. That's why they dig pits in the desert. Anyway. But Art could have died in any number of ways. The most important thing is not that what killed him. He's gone. And everybody goes sometime, but it was just a shock because I at least thought he was recovering. He went to the hospital, was very ill. And I guess he had quit smoking by force. The doctor said, "Gotta quit." But who expected him to die? Yes, I will definitely be a witness. Well, we don't know whether Art went to light I went to the dark. Remember, John Lear said it was a trick to go to the light. Well, I've been to the light twice and lit up once by electricity when I plugged the fan into the wall and flew about 50 feet and was gone for an hour. So I know the light was there. I didn't go to it, but I had this overwhelming sense that I went to the light, I wasn't coming back to my body. And when you're 5 and 12, you have no concept of, I didn't know what the light was. Then, I know now. Well, I cannot state at this late date how many volts that fan had. It was an old style metal fan, all metal, with a motor that would rotate. But I'd been watering the lawn in the backyard, and I plugged the fan in, and I was on a concrete floor, and my feet and legs were wet. And when I plugged the fan in, this surge of electricity went down my arm all the way down to my feet, and I went from one end of the rec room, it was unfinished, through the doorway, and hit the wall on the other side, and slid down the wall, and that's the last thing I remembered. An hour later, I woke up with a horrible headache. So, as far as I'm concerned, I was probably dead at some point. I took a full charge. And never plug in the electric fan to dry yourself off when you're wet, just on a concrete floor, on an unfinished recreation room floor. Do not do that. So, remember, I'm 12 years old, so there's not a lot of kids to worry about tossing across the room. And my Snooky cat did that to a power strip once when I had my Apple IIe hooked up to it, and he flew across the room. And he never did that again. He wiped the power strip out and then wiped my game out. It didn't wipe the disc, but the game I was playing stopped because it wiped the power out. And he hit the wall and shook his head. And I guess the surge, I had a very good, I don't remember the brand name at this point, I had a very good surge protector on that power strip, so he didn't get electrocuted. But he shook his head and he never peed on the power strip again. He took it to peeing on me because we hadn't changed. He did that twice to me. We hadn't changed the cat box because we were busy, and he didn't like a dirty cat box, so he walked up to me and peed over me. So did that twice after he peed on the power strip. I'm gonna get some ice. Okay, got water, got ice. Oh, my back and butt are still sore from playing that damn gurney. Cubes. Out of my ice trees. So, I forgot what I was going to say. But, unless the evil MB deletes the entire faulty thread, there's enough evidence on there to convict him 50 times of Photoshop things, stolen videos, edited audio of me libelous and slanderous pictures of me and Kathy. So I will be more than willing. And the screenshots are out on the web, including the ones from the evil little Chris and others. So Michael Barr might not even need my testimony. You just go in with get a Kodak slide projector, make slides of it, and have a slideshow. This is all the stuff on Surgab. I don't know. Wait a minute, Cat. No, you're not Ratty Patty. No, Inuyasha is not an sorry, I'm so tired I can't even read. Undercover Kathy account. Kathy doesn't have any online accounts except for an email account for her AT&T account. And Ice Cube. No, I don't. I know of Ice Cube. Look, the only Ice Cube I am a fan of is things I put in drinks and those little chocolate squares. They also have chocolate with mint. He has the internet. I know he's a rapper. That's all I know. I wasn't even sure what the hell he does. I know he exists. I'm also trying to figure out. I watch him on NCIS and Christopher. The hell is his name? Used to be Robin. Can't remember his last name. I watch it every week. Can't remember his name. He talks about the cliffhanger episode that will go into next season. We're all in a burning car. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell did LL Cool J do to get on this show, and what did he do before he was on NCIS? I haven't figured that out either. So, well, look, yeah, I know who it is. I just don't know what he did before he went on the show and how he got the role. I like him in the role very much, but I don't listen to rap. As for President Trump meeting with the Korean leader, first it's on, then it's not on. Then the Korean leader insults Pence, then it's off, then it's on, then it's off. Who knows? It's like the world's biggest soap opera. Will they meet? Tune in tomorrow to find out as President Trump tweets, "You suck, Kim in sun, moon, summer, winters, fall, spring, princess." I don't know. We have Moorish ancestry in our background on my mother's side. But then all of us probably have Mongolian ancestry due to the incursion of not Genghis Khan, the Mongol horde into Europe. So at least if you're of European ancestry. But then I don't have the money. It's on the list of things to do. I will get a genetic test done and see where I came from. But Alexander Dumas was a Moor, in part, and that is my direct ancestor, way back when, one of them. And so he's in there. And then you have the two different types of Jews, the Ashkenazi and the Sephardic. The Ashkenazi are the European Jews, the Sephardic are the Middle Eastern Jews. But then with Japanese, Hungarian, Slovakian, Lithuanian, German, French, which is the Moors, or Spain, and Hungary and Czechoslovakia. I think I already said that. Who knows where we came from? Everybody to talk to is dead. I saw the notice of it. But the last week, I've either been A, busy, or too damn exhausted to look at anything other than Lucky Ferals. Well, I'm not going to allow the subservient comment because that's an insult showing comments. So I'm going to remove that comment. There are some Japanese Jews, but I'd have to look up how many. Let me see here. By the way, today is election day if you're in California, so if you haven't voted, go vote, please. There are local ballot propositions, even if you don't like anybody running for any office. I know there's about 1,000, or there's some Jews left in Afghanistan. There's a small Jewish community in Japan and China. So, okay, let's. And that won't work. Now I can't type the E. Use the other keyboard. All right. Several hundred Jewish families living in Tokyo, a small number of Jewish families in and around Kobe. So, and the Japanese ignored Nazi requests to take the Jews out. So, many went to Israel, many were assimilated into Japanese society, and community centers serving Jewish communities in Tokyo and Kobe. The Chabad Lubavitch organization has 2 centers in Tokyo and Kobe, and the Chabad House, another one run by Rabbi Yazeko Binyomin Idari. Each year, hundreds, if not thousands, of Jews visit Shuni Sugihara Memorial Museum, located in Yatsu, Gifu Prefecture in central Japan. It's Chione Sugihara's grave in Kamakura is the place where Jewish visitors pay their respect. His actions of issuing transit visas are thought to have saved the lives of about 6,000 Jews who fled across Russia to Vladivostok and then Japan to escape the concentration camps. And in Jews, that means he is a righteous Gentile. So, and we honor righteous Gentiles. They save people's life. No, you cannot vote for Obama. He had 2 terms. Sorry to disappoint you. Art Bell is a zombie. Would he do broadcasting? Or would he just go out and try to eat brains? Here's a thought. Art Bell brainometer. I could say something, but I won't. I won't say it. First thing that popped to mind. Oh my God. No, I'm not going there. It's so obvious, so not it comes to all of your minds. Well, what do zombies eat? And who would they eat? I'm not telling. I'll leave you to draw your own conclusion. It is and it isn't, but I would get so much crap over it. But it's also so obvious if the zombie didn't turn to stone first. Not exactly. Not really, because it's a perfectly innocent joke, but it can be taken 2 ways. But it's obvious. But I can't say it openly. And the other way is I don't even visualize it. For other reasons other than what you're thinking. It's too scary. There's a question. Everybody loved Art Bell. If he came back as a zombie, would people kill him, or would they leave him alive? Would they leave, well, the zombie's not really alive, but would they let him keep going because they want to hear him broadcast again? Art Bell is a zombie. Oh my god. And it would be a little hard to run a program. He'd be out eating brains all the time. So how would he get on the air? You might have to chain him down. And another thing, you never see these zombies rot. You would think that their feet would fall off, their hands would fall off, their arms would fall off, their heads would fall off. So they are dead. And they get reanimated, but wouldn't the flesh, if they haven't been embalmed, let's say you die right now and you turn into a zombie, you haven't been embalmed, that means unless the zombie virus has some kind of way to preserve your body so your skin and organs don't rot, you don't ooze or anything. I don't know how that works. So all right. This is stupid. I'm trying to type in chat. It's asking me when to stay on the page. Okay, that's not allowed either. So I'm not have people accuse me of allowing that. So my eyes look like I'm a zombie. They're all red. No, not that idiot. Not Douglas Dietrich, who keeps putting out the lie that the Japanese had the atomic bomb at the end of the war, and that's why we made peace with them. Ridiculous. And they had giant submarines off Hawaii. They were going to bomb Hawaii and Los Angeles with their atomic bombs. Yes, he is. The stupid thing is George Norrie keeps laying him on the air. All right, what? You've got watch something. I need to know what that is before I. And the URL won't show up anyway. So URLs don't show up in here. So I'm going to hide that. Going back to the super chat, if you donate $8, 8 guys donating $1, 1 guy donating 8, 4 guys donating 2, whatever quantity it is, going to $8. Then next month, AdSense will send me my first $100 payment. The only $100 payment I've ever made in 7 years. Well, thank you. But don't go to the Burger King in Delaware. Well, the problem is, given the condition of my eye, All right, today it is a cold snap. We have global freezing. It is comfortable in here, unless I turn the fans off. It is 75. So I got the fan on low here because without air circulation in this hallway, I start dying. But it's comfortable. And on the bed are 2 Chewy boxes. The delivery guy dropped them on the balcony, and it scared the crap out of me. It scared Fuzzy. I heard this boom, and I thought it was either an earthquake or a truck hit the building. So I'll have to open those in an unboxing video after I've had my nap. They're taking up half the bed. So when I get the energy tonight, I will spray down the front of the stove, put down newspaper, and spray down, move the cat food, spray down the stove, and with oven cleaner, and put newspapers down. So at the front of the stove will be clean, and then later on I will take everything off the stove, take the burners off, take all the burner trays out, and spray the stove with oven cleaner, and let that soak. The door I have to take care of it right because it drips all over the floor. I don't want the cats walking that stuff, but the stove I can let sit for 24 hours, and then it all comes off. No, the bedroom originally, I used the bedroom. My mother, I don't think how to say this. My mother had a mean streak to her. If I liked something, she went out of her way to make sure I couldn't have it. She had this wonderful sofa that was soft, that was big enough for me to lie on lengthwise and sideways. And I'd fall asleep in that sofa in about 5 minutes. It just was so wonderful and soft and long. I didn't have to stick my feet over the edge with pillows or any of that stuff. One day I came into her apartment, the sofa was gone. She had these cubes she got from somewhere. They were covered in fabric. They were covered by a sheet, and the sofa was gone. Where'd the sofa go? I would have liked to have that sofa. Oh, I gave it away to somebody in the building. And then she goes, I found you a bed. And she found this bed. It had lumps in it. The springs were sticking out of the side and the mattress. And I had it in my bedroom and feeding all the time, so I finally got rid of it. And then I saw on Craigslist, the owner of the building 2 doors down had a sofa bed for free on Craigslist. So I got a hold of him, and he came up with his assistant and brought the thing up 2 flights of concrete stairs out here and brought it into my apartment and set it down. And I went, wow, I can't believe you guys were able to carry that. And they carried the damn thing up the stairs, and that's what I've been sleeping on ever since. So, but I got the bedroom so full of stuff, I couldn't put a bed down there if I wanted to. Now, when I move one day, the sofa bed will be in a separate room for the kitties, and they love the sofa bed. And then I will go get a real bed, a real soft bed. I cannot sleep on a hard mattress, a real soft bed. Oh, that's the end of that stuff. So, if Raymond, he said he mailed it off, I think on the 1st. If that comes in tomorrow or today, I've got $65, and that added some money I've got will pay for my train fare coming back. Means I can go to Yellowknife and go home. And all I have to do is come up with a hotel room, get the hotel room money back, and then I need $17 for that, and another $15 for Uber, and then probably another $15 if I take Uber back to Union Station and food money. I need about $30, and then I'll have to worry about. I just won't pay my internet bill. If I pay for the hotel room, I won't pay my internet bill this month. And they'll cut off my internet. Ew. Ew, sick. I'm removing that. That's disgusting. Yuck. Thanks for sharing. No, we don't want chat. I guess you guys don't want the internet next month. And she called her maintenance guys, and unlike here, they would not come in and let her in her apartment, which I thought was ridiculous. So, no. I wish you guys would stop asking me to borrow from the Prius fund, except for $500. By the way, hold on. You go back.